In the realm where every meter of the path is a challenge, your equipment must be a reliable ally. That's exactly the kind of machine we've assembled for today's episode. With it, your treasury of off-road experiences will be enriched like never before.
The team from Kuga has gone even further in their research and developed universal platforms ready to serve as the base for a wide variety of machinery. In its diesel version, the platform is designed to carry a ton of cargo, features independent hydraulic drive for each wheel, and surprises with an all-welded boat-like body. Additionally, you can control such a platform remotely from up to 2 kilometers away. And if you're feeling lazy, the platform can drive autonomously along a preset route. Here it is, the Devil 6, an armored vehicle that looks like it was sent from the future specifically for conquering other worlds. Its diesel V8 generates such torque that 6 enormous wheels literally tear apart the asphalt and mud beneath them. The key point is, this machine moves forward with a calm power, as if the world around it poses no threat whatsoever. The next all-terrain vehicle wins you over with its name, Vizoon. It immediately evokes associations with power, capability, and reliability. A successful idea, and the machine is just as good. The developers state that anyone can operate it and invite you to appreciate the cabin, which fits up to 10 people, and the engine with up to 383 horsepower. A special spring suspension with 22 centimeters of travel was also developed for this vehicle. With it, boulders, fallen trees, and other obstacles become trivialities. The Vizoon costs about $119,000. If you decide to buy one, add the cost of obtaining a tractor driver's license.
Take a look at this vehicle. The Argo Frontier doesn't bother asking if there's a road, it just drives. Its 8 wheels pull it through mud and snow as if the surface beneath doesn't matter. And the most fascinating part is, when it encounters water, it quietly transforms into an amphibious craft and continues on its way. This is exactly why this kind of equipment is used where a regular vehicle wouldn't even start.
The FEX Ant is a concept all-terrain vehicle that would be useful in disaster zones and military conflicts. The developers drew inspiration from some of the planet's best survivors, ants. Therefore, the body of the FEX Ant is divided into segments. But that's just the beginning. You've seen how ants carry what seems like impossibly large pieces of food. The all-terrain vehicle is also ready to shoulder a sufficiently large module. You can use it to transport cargo, or organize a storage area, medical point, or temporary shelter inside it. That's something inspired by snails, but in any case, the concept is cool and deserves at least your like. The Crawler OK830 is a house on wheels that stops being just a house the moment it leaves the road. It transforms into an expedition vehicle, ready to tackle rocks, ravines, and mountain trails where even SUVs begin to doubt. The most impressive part is the comfort inside, contrasted with the character of a true beast on the outside, one that can take you to where the maps end. When an old fire truck falls into the hands of masters, it ceases to be just an emergency vehicle. It becomes an expedition home on wheels, capable of going where there are no roads or communication. The coolest part is that beneath the bright red cab, you can still feel the character of a fire truck, its reliability, power, and readiness to pull you out of any tough spot. Conquering remote wilderness can be not only fun, but also comfortable, especially if you're behind the wheel of the AG20 all-terrain vehicle. This short name says a lot to connoisseurs of such machinery. It encodes the first and last name of the designer, Alexei Gorgashian. We owe the legendary Sherp all-terrain vehicle to this very person. But the AG20 has also turned out to be worthy of attention and a like. It reaches speeds of 40 kilometers per hour on land and 6 kilometers per hour on water. It boasts a payload capacity of 750 kilograms, and the Expedition version offers a 1,700-liter cargo hold for gear. Take your usual level of comfort with you, even into impassable backcountry. The price for the AG20 starts at $91,350. This beast is built as if it was assembled for the end of the world. The Apocalypse 6 tears through off-road conditions without a second thought for what's under its wheels: mud, stones, or concrete. Its six-wheel drive provides such traction that it feels like the machine is clawing into the earth. This isn't just a Jeep. It's a rolling statement that you can survive chaos in style. The electric platform turned out to be equally attractive. It delivers 8 kilowatts of power and, like the diesel version, can carry up to a ton of cargo. To make working with cargo more convenient, the platform has a built-in forklift. In some situations, such a machine replaces 8 people and pays for itself in 2 months. Construction, logistics, even agriculture, there are plenty of scenarios for it. And what will you come up with? This is a machine that doesn't look for a road, it creates one. And here's what makes the Mach 5000 especially formidable. It doesn't just go where the roads end. Inside, it's a real home. White panels, neat cabinets, its own bed. Everything looks like you're in a compact apartment, not in the middle of a desert or tundra. This is the most paradoxical part of the Unimog. On the outside, it's severe military hardware with portal axles and a frame built for hell. Inside, there's coziness, warmth, and space where you can live autonomously for weeks. Rockery is a fierce buggy for those who don't just want to drive off-road, but to race across it. With a power output of 300 horsepower, it rockets from 0 to 100 in 6.5 seconds, and with the pedal to the metal, it can reach 110 kilometers per hour. Experts have likely already fixed their gaze on the frame, and for good reason, it's inspired by the Showtime design. This buggy, authored by Australian Tim Cameron, is so impressive that the press has dubbed it the Apocalypse Machine. But Rockery has no intention of backing down, and is ready to establish itself not only in off-road terrain, but also in the hearts of fans of the most exhilarating and adrenaline-fueled riding. Behold the Kamaz Arctica, a truck that looks like it was assembled for another planet. It calmly drives into water, traverses deserts, rugged terrain, and ice roads where temperatures plummet to -60. Engineers built it to be so robust that even at full speed on ice, the cabin remains stable, as if the machine itself doesn't notice the harsh northern conditions. Škoda is the largest quad bike in Russia. At least, that's what its developers claim. Have you encountered any larger models? If so, tell us about them in the comments. For now, let's continue with the Lynx Quadro. It's built to cut through snow and swamps, seats 5 people, and surprises with a suspension travel of 45 centimeters. With that, even a meter-high obstacle won't cause any trouble. And if you encounter a river on your route, the Lynx Quadro is also a decent swimmer. Moreover, it maintains confident positive buoyancy, even with a load of up to 700 kilograms out of its maximum allowable capacity of 1,000. This quad bike sells for approximately $18,300. When ordinary cars are drowning in snowdrifts, this machine seems to remember that it comes from a place where snow isn't an obstacle, but a familiar environment. Its low ground pressure allows the huge wheels to practically float over packed snow without sinking an inch. What's truly surprising is that even at full speed across untouched terrain, it maintains a smooth ride, as if gliding over a frozen sea. This isn't just transport, it's a northern beast tamed by man. Fans of Romanian car brands, we deserve a like because we've brought 2 Dacia models to this episode, and not just any models, special ones. The first is called Velos Duster Extreme 2 VD Pruner, and represents the fantasy of a digital artist under the nickname Piston Zero. He took a Dacia Duster and pushed it into an extremely aggressive state with a new suspension, bumpers, massive Toyo AT tires, and other elements. That's how, according to the artist, the car would transform after a visit to the tuners at Hasey Performance. The Torsus Praetorian looks like a school bus that one day said, "Enough, I'm going where I want." Its frame is built on a truck chassis, so it calmly climbs hills, cuts through mud, and withstands conditions where ordinary transport would fall apart. And it does all this with the comfort of a coach, carrying passengers not into the wilderness, but on an excursion. Where no human foot has trodden, the ZForce 1000 MV quad bike is ready to go. Don't worry about treacherous mud or axle braking ruts. With its 30-inch CST sludge tires, this quad bike maintains solid traction on any surface. If something goes wrong, a winch will come to the rescue. For battling deep water, the quad is equipped with snorkels. Plus, it's a two-seater. Bring a friend along, or no one will believe where you've been and what you've seen. This quad bike costs $27,270. The Track Austria is a large northern all-terrain vehicle on ultra-low-pressure tires. It absolutely doesn't care what kind of snow it is, virgin snow, crust, or slush. It simply moves forward and doesn't sink. Its 8 wheels work as one. The machine doesn't spin its wheels or dig itself in. It's perfect for the tundra and winter ice roads. No frills, just machinery that truly withstands the north.
The Promax tractor is particularly good at delivering large cargo off-road. Where a regular truck would sink in water or get stuck in mud, this all-terrain vehicle passes as if on a highway. Purposefully rumbling with its 217 horsepower engine, it confidently assaults even swamps and rivers. Thanks to its low-pressure tires and full-time all-wheel drive, the machine looks imposing but is fully legal for public roads. Convenient. As for payload capacity, it's an impressive 10 tons. If you're already calculating future profits from operating such a marvel, know that its fuel consumption is about 20 to 30 liters per 100 kilometers, and the Promax tractor starts at $182,650.
The Rezvani Hercules is a pickup truck that looks like it was drawn for a superhero movie, and they forgot to tell it that it was supposed to remain a fantasy. 6 wheels dig into the road, and under the hood lurks a beast capable of accelerating this behemoth faster than you can blink. Crucially, even at top speed, it remains calm and composed, as if it knows it's the master of this road. Annoyed by scooter riders? If so, we have bad news. Soon, they might not only fill roads and sidewalks, but also forests, fields, and other similar locations, even in winter. Thank technological progress and developers like G63 for that. This scooter, in its maximum configuration, delivers 1.5 kilowatts of excitement and adapts to winter off-roading by swapping the rear wheel for a track and the front wheel for a ski. The J3 can reach speeds up to 50 kilometers per hour. It runs on electricity, covers up to 40 kilometers on a single charge, and costs $1,830. The MAN HX60 is a heavy-duty hauler that seems designed for missions where roads exist only on maps. Its military-grade suspension swallows snowdrifts and rocks with such ease, as if it's rolling on asphalt. The most impressive part is that even with a full load, it maintains control, almost as if saying, "Don't worry, I'll get you out." Can it be made even cooler? Yes. This year, Dacia debuted at Dakar with a factory team, and the honor was defended by the Sand Rider model. It was originally designed for rally raids and first tasted them during the Morocco rally. Its specifications are a 3-liter V6 engine producing 355 horsepower, carbon fiber components, suspension with 35 centimeters of travel, and a 6-speed sequential gearbox. The Tinger OOT is no longer a quad bike or a dune buggy. It's a little tank. Its task is simple: to go where it's hard to even stand on foot. Swamp, slush, waist-deep snow. It doesn't ask if it's possible. It just goes. There's no cosmic speed, but the pulling power is that of a beast. The machine is small but stubborn. It pulls uphill, doesn't slip out of mud, and even handles ice in places. This is equipment for those who need to get through at any cost, not for a scenic ride.
Now that's creative. The EL is marketed as new snow transport. It's no harder to operate than a bicycle, yet in terms of capability, it surpasses even snowmobiles. Also, unlike the latter, the EL is very light at 95 kilograms and runs on electricity, so the thrill of riding in nature isn't spoiled by engine noise. There might be some questions about its range. Is 30 kilometers normal or too little? Write in the comments. As for the top speed of 80 kilometers per hour, there likely won't be any questions there. To wrap up, let's state the price. The EL costs $6,650.
When the road turns into mush, ordinary trucks are the first to give up. But not this Kamaz. On its tracked chain system, it essentially ceases to be a wheeled vehicle. Each rotation of the track bites into the mud, ice, and slushy snow as if it's crawling up a slope. And the most amazing thing is, it keeps pulling its load as if the surrounding conditions haven't changed at all. The developers of the Drosda are clear from the start. This is not a car that can swim, nor a boat with wheels. It's a new type of transport. It was developed from scratch and is therefore enriched with fresh technological solutions. Take, for example, its patented axles and suspension. Thanks to them, the Drosda transforms in a matter of seconds, and the hull, made with carbon and Kevlar, allows the amphibian to climb ashore even in heavily silted areas. Its speed is also inspiring. On the road, the Drosda reaches 100 kilometers per hour. On water, 70 kilometers per hour. Moreover, it can maintain speed even in 3-point wave conditions. A 260 horsepower diesel engine helps the amphibian perform brilliantly in any mode. And the Drosda, of course, has all-wheel drive. What more do you need for happiness? Perhaps a ground clearance of 36 centimeters and tires with aggressive treads. Hear that noise? That's the Drosda dealing with off-road terrain. The Finnish CESU is made for those places where roads exist only in legends. It calmly cuts through night snow, mud, and icy slush as if following a familiar route. Most importantly, you can always hear its engine speaking in its own northern language. I'll get through, even if no one else can. Venom LS Cobra is presented to us as a new step in the evolution of all-terrain vehicles. First and foremost, the developers highlight the suspension travel. Over 50 centimeters, that's the best in its class. Furthermore, the shock absorber on the Venom LS Cobra is larger than the one on the BRP Maverick Sport side-by-side. Also prominent in the specs are the 132 horsepower and the 350 kilogram payload capacity.
But the most intriguing part is something else. You can take an off-road electric bike with a 100-kilometer range along with you.
Wow! The BVS-10 just dives into liquid mud as if checking who's in charge here.
Its tracked modules pull it forward without a hint of wheel slip. The worse the terrain gets, the more confidently it crawls. It seems like these conditions aren't a challenge for it, but rather a convenient road. In a matter of seconds, the Panther XL transforms from an off-roader into a boat. This is the kind of tech we used to see only in movies, but now it's available to anyone. The Panther XL starts at $195,000 and opens up not just new possibilities, but a whole new wonderful world. Imagine first driving along a coastal highway, enjoying the views and accelerating to 129 kilometers per hour. Then, spotting a suitable wild beach, you head off to conquer it, squeezing 72 kilometers per hour out of the Panther XL in boat mode. By the way, the transformation is initiated with a single button and doesn't require leaving the cabin. You went hunting, and a bear is coming your way. Don't panic, it can give you a lift. We're talking about a beast like the Bear, a floating all-terrain vehicle on ultra-low pressure tires with fast inflation. Riding it is pure pleasure. In its Pro version, the Bear offers a 29 horsepower engine and a 5-speed gearbox. The drive, of course, is all-wheel, so deep snow and loose soils won't be a problem. And the Bear Pro's payload is 650 kilograms. That's a lot of gear you can bring along. A nice bonus is the standard 360-degree LED lighting. With it, the vehicle conquers not only rough terrain, but also darkness. The Bear Pro costs $9,540. Looking at the Sever Pro, it seems like someone put tractor wheels on an armored car and said, "Go on, try to stop it." The massive tires swallow bumps as if they aren't there, and the vehicle itself moves forward with such calmness that even the headwind seems confused. This isn't just an off-roader, it's a steamroller that knows how to turn.
Now you know what the legendary military transport aircraft, the C-130 Hercules, looks like on skis. This modification is called the LC130 and is used by the US Air Force for missions in the Arctic and Antarctic. Specifically, these winged workhorses support the scientific community by helping transport people and cargo between stations. Thanks to the special ski design, the LC130 comfortably lands on snow and ice. For takeoff, it uses jet-assisted takeoff, JATO, rocket boosters. And if needed, such planes can also land on regular airfields. By the way, this past March, one of the LC130s made news by landing on freshwater ice for the first time in decades. And everyone remembered that it can carry over 20 tons of useful load.
The Eural Next 2022 moves over snow as if there's asphalt underneath. Its 3 axles work in sync, and the truck literally pushes its way through snowdrifts without slowing down. One thing is surprising, how calmly it does what other machines would consider a heroic feat. The Quaskski XLSAR is a quad bike. Rescue workers will appreciate it. You can patrol beaches or rescue drowning people from the waves on such a machine. Whether on land or water, the Quaskski XLSAR races at speeds up to 72 kilometers per hour, and switching between modes takes only a few seconds. The quad bike is long enough to seat 2 people, and powerful enough to handle towing victims on a special raft. Let's hope its 140 horsepower will continue to assist rescuers for a long time. The Sharp ATV is that case where the equipment simply doesn't know the word stuck. Its enormous low-pressure tires just swallow swamps, roots, and bumps. It falls into a hole, rolls out, drives into water, and floats. Its maneuverability is such that it feels like a toy tank, not an all-terrain vehicle. It can turn on the spot and drive on. Meet the Tron 20 US. This mulcher all-terrain vehicle clears stumps and vegetation from areas near power lines, oil and gas pipelines. It combines 200 horsepower, low-pressure tires with automatic inflation, and a disc cutter manufactured using proprietary technology. Is it any wonder that even in backwoods, untouched by humans for a long time, the Tron 20 US works at a rate of up to 3 hectares in 10 hours? But that's not even the coolest part. On top of all its advantages, the mulcher all-terrain vehicle also floats, and even with a full load, it can reach speeds of up to 5 kilometers per hour on water. How much does this dream machine cost? About $330,300. Ponds, streams, even swamps.
Meanwhile, the company WCH is churning out Grand Eva electric bikes. They're geared towards active outdoor recreation in nature. There's even a special version for hunters, $6,000 by the way. What do buyers get for that money? First, the ability to race along forest trails without polluting the area with exhaust fumes or scaring off wildlife with engine roar. Second, a good range, 96.5 kilometers on a single charge. And third, comfortable riding. Wide tires add confidence on sand, mud, and snow. Topping it all off is a top speed of 88.5 kilometers per hour.
The Altra AT20HD moves as if it doesn't care what's under its tracks, swamp, snow, or small trees. Its heavy body doesn't press down on the ground, it seems to glide over it, leaving a smooth track where others would sink up to the cab. The most impressive thing is how confidently it pulls its load, as if it were towing an empty trailer.
Technology is changing, including the contours of military operations, so it's important for modern armies to have equipment with increased versatility and mobility. With a clear understanding of this need, engineers from Sucat presented the HMT platform. It's available in 4x4 and 6x6 configurations and ready for multiple roles, from a patrol vehicle to an anti-aircraft missile system. For example, the British Suda is exactly a patrol vehicle. But if needed, mechanics can add another axle, along with, say, a camper shell or an open cargo platform in just 2 hours, transforming the vehicle into a medical unit, recovery vehicle, or anything else. Its excellent off-road capability is also worth highlighting. The developers offer adjustable ground clearance. Plus, the vehicle can ford water up to 1 meter deep and climb 40-degree slopes.
The Tiamoto ZForce is a line of sport side-by-sides born to rule the sand dunes. And not alone, but in company. The new models seat up to 4 people and are therefore also presented as family vehicles, if, of course, your family is ready for adventures at speeds over 100 kilometers per hour. An electric power steering with 2 modes helps prevent you from flying over the first dune, and sturdy doors protect against side impacts of fate. By the way, the all-wheel drive here is selectable, so drive as you please. But you'll have to pay a lot for all these joys. The current year's ZForce 950 model costs $18,300. The Conquest Pro 950 XT 8x8 is an amphibian, meaning water obstacles are nothing to it. Don't be fooled by the machine's modest size. In the configuration shown in the video, it can carry up to 453 kilograms. Yes, it's not the fastest transport in the world. Its maximum speed is 27 kilometers per hour, but it is extremely versatile. Whether hauling firewood or taking a child fishing, it's up to the task. And the Argo transmission provides smoother and more precise control, which won't be a problem even for an older driver. In its 2025 configuration, this amphibian costs about $48,000.
The vehicle you'd happily take on a round-the-world trip or to search for a gold deposit somewhere in Canada. This 3-axle, all-wheel drive charmer based on a MAN chassis rivals some city apartments in terms of comfort. A bathroom, kitchen, bedroom, and familiar appliances like a refrigerator are already in place.
And a payload capacity of 9 tons, coupled with a ton of free space, is a great reason to bring along equipment like a quad bike. There's a dedicated garage for it,